Everything they are doing with Sabine's character in Rebels in this recent episode with the Darksaber is absolutely genius. I love everything that this brings to the table. Sabine's character needed something for to do. I feel like they needed for her something to do, and they give her the Darksaber. And what I love about this is that she's training with this Darksaber with Kanan, but she is not a Jedi. She's still a Mandalorian. She's still using Mandalorian tricks to train, also to use in her advantage, also wielding the Darksaber. But what I love about this is that she isn't using Force power. She isn't a Jedi. She is Sabine, the Mandalorian that will bring together her people and revolt against the Empire. Sabine really lets out her emotions. She lets out her feelings about what her family did to her, what all the rumors that were swirling around. I mean, she was she was an emotional wreck in that particular episode when she was training with Kanan on the Darksaber. But what I'm saying, this kicks ass. This definitely kicks ass with her. Not only is the Darksaber super badass, super cool, and Maul having it, if you watch the Clone Wars, you know more detail more about the Darksaber. Well, at least that's what my buddy tells me, how Maul got it, and him, I believe he snuck in and he actually stole it from Mandalorian, or whatever it's called, Mandalore. Mandalore. It's called Mandalore. Yeah, it's called Mandalore. There you go, Mandalore. I believe he stole it, and he was, of course, in the Rebels episode, they were able to get the Darksaber, and Kanan and Ezra, Ezra and Maul had that little meet up once again. So, and then Maul finding out that pretty much Obi-Wan is still alive. But we're not talking about these guys. We're talking about Sabine and what different storylines it presents to her character, and I'm very excited, and I think a lot of us are very excited, and I think a lot of us are just like, hell yeah, because she is the fan favorite of Rebels. She is one of the, I think everybody can agree that when you put the top, at least the top three favorite characters of Rebels, you got to put Sabine up there. I mean, there's also Hera, Chopper, my boy Chopper, even Kanan. I loved, grown to love Kanan. A lot of people like Ezra as well. I mean, they're great characters, but Sabine is one of those characters that we automatically like because of her appearance, her design, her color of her hair, the fact that she's Mandalorian. But now it just brings on another layer to it. It brings on another twist to it. Her just being able to train, being able to wield this Darksaber. What I look forward to is the interactions. Well, we already had a great interaction between her and Ezra, her and Kanan, which that's what I want. I want an emotional, I want somebody a character is gonna open up, and you're gonna have sometimes those deep conversations, of course, and then you're gonna be playing around and have some jokes and stuff, especially with her and Ezra. They joke around with each other, they have great chemistry, but then they have that one moment where she's by Bondo, I believe his name is Bondo, and she doesn't realize it. And she's right there, and she's having a heart-to-heart with Ezra, and Ezra is trying to cheer her up, but he can't because he doesn't know the situation. He doesn't really, his parents died, and then he says that, and then Sabine feels like shit because it's like, oh man, I'm sorry, Ezra. But that's the moments I want. That's the moments I sometimes want throughout the series. It's a kid show, yes, but it's catered to every Star Wars fan. That means young adults, and I believe some adults are watching this as well. So that particular moment with Sabine and Ezra talking, having that little heart to heart, and her opening up about the responsibilities, the weight on her shoulders, her chosen path now, where she has to bring her people and together and rebel against the Empire. I mean, it's a lot of shit on her shoulders, and then her really letting Kanan have it, really telling him the truth, telling him like they chose the Empire over her. I mean, that was a powerful, emotional scene, and she was able to best Kanan because Kanan was able to get what was conflicting her out of her. That's what I love about what this presents with her and this Darksaber. It's not going to be just, okay, one episode, she just got it all out there, she'll be fine the rest of the way. No, this will be a constant struggle, a constant battle for her. And then when the time comes and she does see her mother, sees her people, that is going to be an epic it's going to be a conflict. It's going to be a big ass conflict. It's going to be big ass drama, and that's what I love, that this Darksaber and the responsibility that it brings to Sabine's character, and that was the right direction to go. Oh man, it just brings a smile to my face because how, hands down, this was one of the best episodes of Rebels, with her training with the Darksaber, and there's much more ahead from there. And then this also brings a possibility, a what if scenario. I'm thinking, okay, yes, Ezra is with Sabine 100%. You could even say there might be romantic feelings later on down the road between the two characters. But what I love is Star Wars is known, from the games to the films, is known to really put a dagger between friendships. Obi-Wan, Anakin. If you saw, I forgot which game it was, the Old Republic, where the two brothers, one was from the dark side, one from the good side. One wanted to kill his father. One brother ended up killing the other brother. There's that. There's a wedge right there. There's always been a wedge between a lot of friendships, that one person leads to the dark side for some reason. Ezra still is not 100% pure Jedi. He's not. He's not 100% pure. He's still, I think, since he has still so much anger and his involvement and his relationship with Maul, he still has that possibility of going to the dark side. Is he going to go to the dark side? No, he's not going to go to the dark side, but he's going to be creeping to the dark side. And at one point, maybe this will happen, but maybe Sabine and Ezra will have to fight each other. I'm just saying, maybe down the future, that wedge between friendships is going to happen, where Ezra is teetering to the dark side and Sabine is trying to bring him back. And Sabine's not even a Jedi. I would love to see that, because when I was watching the episode when Sabine's training and Ezra is a little too cocky for his own. Hey, come on, he's a little bit too cocky in that episode. He's a little bit too cocky, but there's this, like, I feel like there could be jealousy there. And jealousy is another form of another just element that you could use to go to the dark side. So I feel like if Sabine were to accomplish so much with just this saber, and Ezra maybe having a bad streak, just making mistakes, which he tends to do, which he will do because he's just still a teenager, he's still a kid. And Sabine's a little bit more, definitely more mature, and knows a lot more and has been through a lot more than Ezra. So she accomplishes her missions. Sabine accomplishes her missions while Ezra is just not yet ready to lead anybody. He's not. Kanan is there, which is absolutely awesome, because Kanan is the one that really leads not only Ezra, but Sabine. But I'm saying that it could lead to jealousy, where Sabine gets so gifted at this Darksaber, but not only the Darksaber, she's got these new wristbands, the Mandalorian wristbands. She has different devices. It compensates her not being able to use the Force. Now that's another card, man. That's another ace right there. She has 2 aces already. And then you can even say 3 with all the her knowledge and all her explosive detonators and stuff. She's definitely the king of them all, While Ezra is still the jack. Ezra is still beyond not there yet. So jealousy could really lead to anger, and it could lead to hate, and it could lead to a Sabine versus Ezra scenario, which it could possibly be that way. And that's why I love the possibilities and the different routes that the writers may take this relationship, or may take Sabine. I mean, of course, main goal, main meat of it is Sabine finally encountering her mother, destroying the Empire. We know that Rogue One, they have a hand to play in that battle and getting the Death Star Prince or Death Star, just, yeah, pretty much Prince and stuff. So, I mean, I am absolutely so happy with where this is going. I think it just brings Sabine's character to another level. I think it brings the show Rebels to another level. And I think it brings many possibilities and many different scenarios. And by all means, it does not mean that Sabine versus Ezra. That could be out. That's most likely unlikely, But I want to give it past them. I want to give it past the Rebels writing team because we've seen it so much in the Star Wars canon universe and it just all the literature universe. We've seen it so many times in the Star Wars just franchise that I just don't see that if that's not even like discussed. I'm pretty sure they discussed at least that scenario or that possibility. But Sabine is such a great character because now she just really let it all out, and now she's really. And what I love about that particular episode was she does apologize to Kanan. After Kanan apologizes to Sabine, Sabine apologizes to Kanan, and she already knows what is asked for her, what she has to do, even though she doesn't want to do it. She still does it, and she does it for the cause. She does it for the cause. It's very heartbreaking that she made weapons to fight her friends, to fight innocent people. That's what I loved about that whole speech, how she was killing people. She was basically the Tony Stark. She made these weapons, and she didn't think it was going to end up like this, where it would just be killing innocent people. But exactly, the Stark Industries is killing innocent people. But I would love to see Sabine in a actual Star Wars film. Of course, in episode 9 or whatever of this, as I don't want to say a cameo, but maybe a significant part. I would love to see that. I would love to see Ezra as well, because at that time, where we're at with Daisy Ridley, of course, Finn, Rey, and Poe, where they're at, I believe that Ezra and Sabine would still be alive unless something changes that happens, of course, at the end of this whole Rebels series. So, absolutely love what's going on. Sabine having the Darksaber kicks ass. It presents so much possibility. So I hope you guys are ready I hope we're all ready for some great stuff that's happening. I already said that season 3 of Star Wars Rebels is the best season. I'm stamping it on there. Best season so far. Can't wait for the season finale. I think Thrawn needs to be a little bit more into it, though. I would love to see more Thrawn. Thrawn is such a major player in not only the expanded universe that's not canon anymore, but he's officially canon. And I want to see that expanded universe in here. I want to see that character in Rebels because I feel like he hasn't had enough time to bloom as a marvelous villain. So, but Sabine is the character we're talking, and I'm saying she's kicking ass right now. She's taking names. So thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. Like the video if you like it, and comment below. Love to hear you guys' thoughts. I'm Dan the Man, aka Daniel's son, and may the force be with you always. Bye guys.